Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Behavior here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And guys, we are right there. This video, of course, if you couldn't tell from the title, from the thumbnail, I am talking Insecure Season 4, full spoilers, discussion, recap, review, analysis, breakdown in a very, very big casual setting. I mean, I got a couple of pages of notes right here because this way it wasn't 8 episodes. They came in at a full 10. I'm binging all these seasons, these episodes through the middle of the night. And I'm thinking I'm done at episode 8. And they're like, oh, episode 9, where you going, Brendan? Where you going? You know, I was like, oh, and then episode 9 was done. I'm like, another episode 10. And so, yeah, we are here, guys, with I'm doing this in anticipation of season 5 of Insecure, the final season of Insecure. If you're just now tuning in with me the first time, please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. I did watch the first 2 seasons of Insecure back when they originally debuted, but I just kind of fell off the wagon. Not that I didn't like the show, I just kind of fell off. And then I heard there was like, this is the final season. I was like, Brendan, let me go ahead and get back into the game. You know what I'm saying? So if this is your first time finding me, this is season 4. There are videos on my channel for seasons 1, 2, and 3. After this, I'm, going to be checking out season 5, of course, with everybody else, and, have live weekly recaps with one of my special guests, one of my panelists. And so this is going to be real casual, real laid back. I'm going to be looking down, looking at the notes and just tripping out, and so just relax and have fun and all that good stuff. But I will go ahead and say one thing that was not in season 4 that I don't want to say that I was just longing for was Daniel. I don't think Daniel popped up at all in season 4. Okay. And mind you, this is going to contain spoilers, but I know this came out like a year ago. And the only reason I bring him up is I really wanted to see if he was able to develop a relationship with Spider, that other artist, because he was trying to do the Iceland Nordic beats and stuff like that. And then that was kind of cool. And I don't think we've seen him since Issa moved out, since she became a property manager. But how did season 3 end, and then how did this one pick up? Because season 1 ended, of course, with Lawrence knocking down Tasha. Then season 2 ended with Issa moving in with Daniel. And then how did season 3 end? I think it was Lawrence. I don't remember. I can't believe that slipped my mind like that, but at the beginning of this season right here, it just starts off like 4 months before the block party, and then Issa's talking about, hey, I don't F with Molly anymore. And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on here? Because that's one of the things that I really have liked about this whole series so far. I mean, it is fire. It's really good. It is really entertaining, just seeing these characters navigate through dating life, predominantly from a woman's perspective, but you also get the male's perspective too. And so that's just what I really like right there. And we're not repeating the same events over and over again. Each episode, each season, we're actually seeing a nice progression as these characters develop. And like Issa said, towards the end of the season, she was like, hey, we're just trying to figure it all out. I forgot what character she was talking to, but that was like in episode 9 or 10. And Molly and Issa was beefing, and like Molly kind of gave Issa like a little nod of respect, like, oh, I see you, girl. Who was I forgot who she was talking to, when she said that. But I'm really feeling this because we got a little bit, we're getting a little bit from each character. At one point in time, Issa was strictly trying to work things out with Lawrence, and then that didn't work out. And then Issa was trying to work things out with Daniel, and that didn't work out. And then Issa was like, you know what? I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to have my hotation phase, or whatever. That's the name that she came up with. I'm not labeling her or judging her. That was her term. And then she did that. And then she tried to work it out with Nathan, and, Nathan ghosted her, which we now found out is because he was bipolar. He still ghosted her. I'm not saying that she should just welcome him back with open arms. Why am I leaning to the side like this? But I'm just saying, at least, I mean, it wasn't on just some F-boy stuff. I mean, he really was going through something still. He was gone for a month. And so that didn't work out either. So this season right here is really focusing more, or to me at least, in the later half, or maybe the midpoint, is really been Molly and Aaron's relationship. And I can't, is it Aaron or Andy? I thought it was Aaron, but at then one point in time, I know she made a joke or a reference that she was going to call him Aaron. But I really like him. I really wasn't feeling him at first. I wasn't, to be honest with you. But he's a cool dude. And, Molly, she's been entertaining. from season 1, episode 1. But I would be lying to you if I just said, like, if I just really, really cared about her character. I mean, I did. Don't get me wrong, but I care for her character the most in season 4 or whatever. We got to see a lot of her and, you know, her growth. And I just really respect the fact that she is really trying to work things out with the Asian bae here, who they call Aaron or whatever. That's just what's up with that. And I'm calling him Aaron. I'm trying to look on IMDb right now just to make sure that's his name, but I can't find his name, and so, you know, that's all good right there. But, you know, it was really unfortunate as the season ended, because I really don't want them to break up. You know, I mean, I love my black love and all that good stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I was just like, you know, Molly seemed like she was happy. And, you know, when I'm calling him Aaron, when he was trying to break it off with her towards the end, like, you know, hey, is this really what you want? Or, you know, are you really happy? It doesn't seem like it should be this hard. She was like, hey, I can make it work. I can do this. I can do that. You know, I know you said that I work late, and I'll try to include you into, you know, my work schedule so that we can spend more time together. You know, I like that. I respect that, you know, and she's really looking like she's really trying to put forth an effort there. And that's just something I can really, you know, respect. You know, I mean, I really do, because she was getting advice from her therapist. Also, I think that she was getting advice from one of her family members of just saying, like, you know, hey, relationships needs work or whatever. You know, you can't just want it to happen. You know, you have to make it happen. And that's true. That's true. That's true. I was really feeling Molly so far. You know, in this episode. And so his name, not in this episode, in this season. Yeah, his name is Andrew. His name is Andrew. You know, and so yeah, I mean, as far as relationship wise, I always just want to see more of how the show started, and then we did get that. You know, I have to be honest with you. I really wasn't feeling the way that Issa and Lawrence started dating so strong at the very beginning of this season. It just seemed kind of forced. It just seemed like, I don't know, after each season ended and they would pick up the next season, in this binge session that I've been having, it just seemed like there was a nice transition from season to season. And I really didn't get that vibe here going from season 3 to season 4. That's not to say that I was not entertained or anything like that, because the show is still hilarious. You know, we got Issa, she's smashing her security guard or whatever. Big dude, you know, he was like, welcome to the heavy dude club or whatever. And, you know, he wasn't doing it right. He wasn't, you know, putting it down the first time, first few positions that, you know, they were in, but hey, he stuck in there. He wasn't giving it up. He wasn't giving up. And he was like, well, let's try this position. Let's try this position. And they went to basic missionary, and it seemed like he was hitting that spot. And he was like, yeah, I think at one point in time, he was like, I'm good at effing, you know, on or whatever. And so, and of course, we didn't really see Issa naked or whatever all the way, but we did get a nice silhouette. And, you know, she looks good. I like that chocolate tone with mouse or whatever. I can't even see. I'm talking nasty. I can't even talk right. But whatever you're doing, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. But something that I do want to talk about is Lawrence and Condola. We got to talk about Lawrence and Condola. And Condola, the actress, I don't know her name, but I like her. She is really, really, really easy on the eyes. And so I do want to try to see what her name is. And why is she not? They're doing a horrible job with all these casting here on IMDb. But where is Condola? I just like her. I do. And it's just unfortunate because, you know, I have to be honest with y'all. I didn't really care if Issa, initially I was like, I wanted Issa and Lawrence to get back together. But now I didn't really care. I was like, hey man, if Lawrence ends up with Condola, I'll be perfectly happy with that. You know, they just seemed like they was a perfect match. The only thing is, you know, they both knew Issa or whatever. I mean, she knew Issa, and you know, that's awkward. And also, I guess timing. We kind of found out later on in the season that probably one of the reasons why her husband left, because that's what one of the drunk friends named Dr. Rhonda Pine, who is right here, who play Denise Bowles, Dr. Rhonda Pine. She said that her husband left Condola or whatever. And, you know, of course, when we found out later on that, you know, Lawrence didn't hear that, but they didn't like that. He didn't want to hear that. But I'm assuming that he left. And I guess we shouldn't assume, because she really wasn't ready to have children at the time. And then, you know, he was apparently, but I'm jumping way too far ahead. I was starting on season 1. Now I'm jumping all the way to season 10 right here. But, you know, I was laughing. I mean, you know, Issa is the property manager. I'm going back to episode 1 of season 4. She's the property manager. Water is messed up and people are knocking on the door, and you know it's just funny and silly. She got that neighbor coming that she trying to have the mixer, and she going over there trying to play the Pop That Pussy song or whatever, talking about, hey, after party in my crib, y'all, you know, it's gonna be nasty. Just all that random silliness right there, I really do like. That's just funny to me. I really do appreciate all that. And then you know, not Lisa, but Condola and Issa meet up and they kind of exchange words and they find out what's going on. And Tiffany coming there, she messed as hell the way she delivered the news, talking about, hey, it's all out in the open right now, blah, 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 you know. And it was awkward for Lawrence and Condola, but I was like, damn, I mean, can't nobody win for nothing, you know, but they end up smashing at the end of this episode right here. And it was kind of funny seeing Issa kind of have those flashback dreams or whatever, daydreams of, you know, them smashing. And she was like, oh, I got to get out of here. But Condola and Lawrence ended up smashing at the end of this episode. And I have to say, I really wanted them to work. But in episode 2, Molly finally starts smashing Aaron or whatever. And, as cool as it's why I was calling him Aaron the whole time is Andrew. I'm tripping, y'all. My bad. Even in my past videos, if I was calling him, I was calling him the wrong name. So my bad. His name, let's get it right. Let me just make sure. I told y'all this is gonna be casual, so bear with me. I did binge watch 4 seasons. Yeah, Andrew. I was calling him Andy. I was calling him Aaron. His name is Andrew. But Andrew finally gets the draws. Okay, he finally gets the draws. And now we are not 4 months before the block party. We are 3 months before the block party. Now I got to talk about this. I don't want to go back and rewind this part, but I was just kind of confused when Lawrence and Condola was meeting at a lunch or brunch, and then Issa was there. What was she doing there? Like, that just didn't make sense to me. I could have rewound it and tried to go back and understand it, but you know, I don't know. That just didn't make sense to me. If you remember, because I know this was back in season 4, which came out about a year ago, please let me know, because that just didn't make sense for me. And, you know, we also got, you know, Molly is starting to cook for Aaron too. And I like their relationship. I mean, I do. I wanted Molly and Andrew to work out, and I wanted Condola and Lawrence to work out, but that is just not the case. And I got to say, this was just kind of nasty. When Issa was smashing Calvin, the security guard, and then the condom fell out of her vagina and hit the mirror and splattered, that was gross. That was gross. That just came out of nowhere. And I was like, yuck, you know, that, you know, just really wasn't feeling that right there. Now, when I was watching this, it was something I definitely wanted to ask you guys. When Lawrence was at the Thanksgiving with Condola, helping co-host, and the doctor was talking and kind of put these bugs in their ear, and then he found out that Issa and Condola were friends and talking about him. Do y'all think he was tripping on the way he reacted? Do y'all think he was tripping on the questions that he was asking Condola? Do you think he was sounding a little soft and tuna sandwich like? You know, let me know. Because I was just kind of curious. I was just like, yeah, Lawrence, you may be kind of tripping a little bit. Just kind of back up. You know, I don't know. And this right now is just kind of where it develops to where Molly and Issa, that this season is going to focus on their relationship. And that's cool in the game right there. You know, the whole show has been about them dating romantically, but now this show is focused, their dating relationships now is focusing on their friendship, their friend relationship. So that's really, really interesting right there. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, and I'm glad that they're taking it right there. Like I said, this show, these episodes are not repeating the same thing. You know, that it's really a great progression of these characters over not even that long, maybe like a number, like less than a year. And so now Tiffany has her baby, and that's all cool. Molly, I thought she was tripping about the parking. That was really annoying to me. I'll remember what I was going to talk about earlier, but I'll save it for later on. No, like, I think it was at the very beginning of this season here, and I'm kind of jumping around. Lawrence and Issa had a strong sit-down conversation, and I really liked it. They really aired everything out and laid it on the table, and just expressed everything. That's what should have happened in season 1, episode 1, or at the end, it's season 1, you know what I'm trying to say. But because that, to me, Lawrence was tripping. He needed to get his stuff together. He needed to get his SHIT together. I understand that. Not making no excuses and all that, he did. But the thing is, I always felt that Issa was wrong because she did not communicate. She just said that she was unhappy and then left and didn't communicate at all on exactly what was wrong and then cheated. It's like, whoa, you didn't even give this brother a chance. I am real big on communication. And so I really like at the very beginning of this season, they really did have that talk. That was dope right there. And so they're still beefing even when she's trying to have, I go back to, to part I was talking about now, for the block party. The block party was nice. She's tripping because her headliner, canceled on her at the last minute, and it was a dang near a disaster. But I do like that Molly was still trying to be there for her and bring her food. And, that was cool. But that's when, what was the guy's name? Vince Staples. That's when he popped up. And I was laughing too at the black YouTube crew or whatever. She was like, hey, when is it going to be on? It's going to be on YouTube. What's your YouTube channel? I haven't started it yet, but why did you hire a full-time camera crew? I wanted it to look official. That was just funny to me right there. I did appreciate that. And Kelly, she tripping. She's like up and down for me as like a character or like, if I love her and like her and stuff like that. But she trying to impress this dude that's dumb as hell talking about Bank of America as that's why they make all the money in America. I was like, God, dog, you can break the fake accent for this dude right here, and it's just so unfortunate how it was such a successful event. They had Vince Staples, all of that stuff, and Molly and Issa get into a fight at the very, very end, and then some dumbass talking about, what is she pulling out? She got a gun, and everybody runs. I'm like, really? Really? And somebody's like, that's why niggas can't ever have nothing. Or maybe he said black people. And I'm just like, really? And then they was also kind of switching back scenes right here, going back and forth. At this time, it looked like Condola and Lawrence had broken up. And I was like, no, I do not want them to break up. I want them to stay together. But this is episode 5 right here, and they still got 5 more episodes to go. But at the very beginning of episode 6, that's where the black lady talk about niggers have gathered. I'm just like, what this off-the-wall random silliness that they just be sprinkling in at random spots. I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. Now, also we have Nathan that tried to pop up right here. His energy was off, from the very beginning to me. I just, I kind of want him to go away at this point. I don't think that Issa should still be trying to hang out with him, even though she's trying to get serious with Lawrence. I just think that's really inappropriate. But y'all let me know what y'all think or whatever. And how do y'all feel about Nathan? Because you could completely disagree with me. Now, also in like episode 6 and 7, there was a lot of randomness too. Like Issa gave George the ride to his son's house, and that was cool. I don't know if that was an Easter egg for something else. Please let me know in the comment section below. Also, the pregnant lady needing help at the store. I don't really know what that's about either. And I'm realizing that they completely have abandoned We Got Y'all. Like, I haven't seen any of those characters. I mean, I know she quit. She been quit, but that just popped in my head right now. I haven't seen Frida at all. She goes and tries to have fun, and they do the dine and dash, and she, that's messed up. Why didn't she go over there and say nothing? I know she imagined her going over there hitting her head with the painting, but she should have said something. Maybe I can't remember if she didn't have the opportunity, like maybe a car came up or somebody hopped in her car, but I know she was like doing the day job, the daydreaming thing. But now we're going back to Molly and Andrew. I'm getting the name right this time. And they're going to Mexico. Yes, the brother was an asshole. And I was laughing my ass off because he was like, hey, because, I understand. I was so glad that she was able to make it to the airport in time. That was cool. And then when they get there, the brother like, hey, y'all go find your room and get relaxed and meet us in 15 minutes. I'm like, damn, dude, give him some time to take a crap or something. You know what I'm saying? My goodness. The brother was like, no, an hour or whatever. And it was nice that, they did the little hike and, we got Regine on there. I don't know her real name, from Living Single. It was nice to see her because I did grow up on that show in the 90s or whatever. I gave that man 25 years and I'm taking every day back. And we on day 3, I was like, hey, my sister, I ain't mad at you, She's like, I'm not finna die angry. I'm finna have fun and let loose and turn up. You do what you got to do. Just be safe, have fun, but do what you got to do. So That's what's up right there. They go to the top of the hike, and it's a beautiful scene, and they, you know, they was having fun. Molly stepped out of her comfort zone and was really trying to make this work. And unfortunately it didn't. And I just kind of really felt bad for her. But, you know, the brother overstepped his boundaries. You know, he was an a-hole. But I don't know. How do y'all feel about Andrew? Did y'all like him? Did y'all really think that he was, you know, because he's the one that eventually broke it off. Do you think that he was doing too much? Like, how do y'all feel about that relationship? Let me know, because I am really curious. And then all of a sudden, this next episode right here, whenever it ends, episode 7 is, not Molly, but Issa and Lawrence just meet up again randomly. And I'm just like, okay, so they meet up, and Issa was looking good until she fell on the floor. That was funny as hell. And I still at this point in time, they don't know if Issa and Molly are friends or not. Or I'm talking about they don't know. I don't know if they are friends or not, because they beefing. They are still beefing. But Lawrence and Issa, they getting along, and they go outside and they run into Calvin and his date. I don't know why he opening his mouth like to tell me, yeah, we used to get it in. That was so inappropriate. I was mad at that, and I'm really surprised with Lawrence's response to that as well. Good response. Good response. I did like that. And you know, they go back to the crib, and he calls Condola. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? You know, you're the one that approached Issa and let her know about the ring that you bought, and you was asking all these questions. And I like that they had that. This is when they was having that conversation that I was talking about earlier, and they laid everything out there. And so I thought that he was really, I was like, okay, we getting to the end of season 4. You know, this is where things are going to end. They're going to be together. He's going to repropose. Ooh, I was wrong. You know, and so Molly, after that, she goes back to the crib. She finds out that Condola called Issa. Issa only wanted to stay because she knew that he was finna go over there and smash Condola. I think she was just competing or whatever. I don't think that she really, I mean, she wanted to stay, but I don't think she would have made that. I don't think she would have said like, hey, I'm having fun. I don't want the night to end. You know, the only reason I think that is because of Condola. But, you know, let me know. And he left Condola hanging. You know, she wanted to talk. I'm thinking that she wanted to have sex, but no, apparently she just wanted to talk or whatever. But now the next episode, Molly invites Issa to brunch. And I mean, no, Issa invites Molly to brunch. And at first I was just kind of like, why don't you bring it up, Issa? You're the one that, you know, reached out. But I guess Molly could have said something, you know. I mean, either one of them. I don't want to say that their beef is childish either. They're really going through it, and I hope everything works out. I really do. And things are just kind of like falling apart because we're getting close to, like, Nathan is coming back. This is where he reveals that he was bipolar, but I'm just still like not liking energy, and I don't want them hanging out. I really don't. I know, and I like the fact that Issa tried to tell him like, hey, I'm helping him move and all that, but I just think that she should just cut that loose. I mean, I just do. And you know, they go up, and like Nathan and Issa go to the crib. They help him with boxes, and then Molly's over there as well, and they start playing a drinking game. She texts him on accident. And, you know, they go outside, and it's, you know, more arguing, and, you know, they just not talking. They're just not talking. And, you know, I don't know. I don't like it when friends don't talk. I don't like it when people just don't communicate effectively at all. The communication is just so important, you know, and I was getting annoyed with them at this point in time. But yeah, you know, y'all let me know how you feel. But yeah, we at the end right here, and I was just like really surprised, you know, like Tiffany, she panicking. And I like the little snippets that we see of her life and her husband, but she freaks out, goes and checks to a hotel, room 505. I like how the whole crew, the whole gang showed up in support. I think this is when Andrew breaks it up with Molly, and I was like, damn, Molly, you know, because I keep saying she was really trying, like, hey, neither one of us have made it this far with anybody. Doesn't that mean something? And he was like, yeah, but at the same time, it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be this hard. And I don't think it should. I'm not a relationship expert, but I don't think it should be that hard. But at the same time, I know that realistically, life and love is not just some fairy tale romantic, you know, happy ever ending. You know, relationships are hard. So, I mean, everything is just not perfect. You know, you got to work on it, you know. And so they're falling apart. Their relationship is falling apart. Tiffany's marriage is falling apart. Lawrence is going back and forth, you know, with Condola and Issa, and they having sex. And I'm turning the page here because it's the last piece of notes right here, and it's just so sad. We found out that Condola is pregnant, and she wants to keep it. And I was just like, man, all this time, between Lawrence and Issa, and it finally seemed like they was going to work it out, this wrench is thrown in. And first he's like, are you sure it's mine? And she was like, yes. And you can't get mad if I'm asking, because everyone, you know, dudes be getting duped sometime, you know. That just happens. And I scratched my head like this happened to me. It has not. It has not. She wants to keep it. She was like, I don't want to have a baby before, but I do now. And I'm just like, damn. And, you know, it's always the woman's choice. It is. You know, I mean, it's the man's choice too. If you're the father, if you're the biological father, I feel that you know, I mean, it's ultimately the woman's choice, but I feel that you can voice your opinion if it's your child, of course. But some people may disagree with that. I don't know. Not going to get into that, but he was like, do you want to keep it? And she was like, and I like though with the editing too, how they went back and forth, and he was devastated, you know. Issa was too. And I felt sorry for Issa. I was like, damn. She was like, this is too much. I'm like, damn, this is how y'all want to end season 4? You know, like, man, it's just, you know, yeah. Because I was thinking that she was hitting him up because she still wanted the poontang, but she was like, no, I'm pregnant. And it's like, oh man, he was like, man, weren't we careful? We got to know how far along she is, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm not. I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say it. But and this is gonna spark interesting conversation because, you know, you got some people that's pro-life, some people that's pro-choice. I feel that it's ultimately the woman's decision. I don't think anybody should govern that. You know, there's something that you see. You have so many different situations, and you know, like if a woman, if the baby is conceived against the woman's will, you know, she was raped or something like that. Even it's just, you know, I don't know. It's a sensitive subject, and I just want these characters in this show to be happy and being happy, long fulfilling relationships. And you know, dating sucks, love sucks, and this is a great show to explore all of that. And so we at the end, guys. And so yeah, I know you guys are ready for episode 1 of season 5, as am I, and we're gonna all check it out together. And I'll be giving you guys my live weekly recaps and all that good stuff. So guys, that is just my opinion for season 4, my review reaction, recap, analysis, breakdown, all that good stuff. If you like the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure you come back, you know, help me reach 35,000 subscribers. If this is the first video you've saw of me, there's season 1 on my channel, season 2, season 3, and also I'm going to be doing episodes of seasons 1 through 4, a review of that, because you know, I was lucky enough and I do have access to the first 4 episodes, so I'm gonna check that out and I'm gonna go ahead and start that right now. And I also will be doing live weekly recaps. Well, I'm gonna be doing a weekly recap of each episode solo, but then I'm also going to be doing live weekly recaps with a special guest, and so that's going to be either Sunday or Monday nights. I haven't decided yet all the way, but subscribe to the channel, guys. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. And I'll see y'all in season 5.